Did Sedan Hussein do 7-Eleven?
For years, the United Interstates of America has peddled their belief that the former Iraqi dictator Saddam Hussein is somehow responsible for the tragedy that is the 7-Eleven gas station franchise.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. 7-Eleven might be one of the worst gas stations. Like, no hate, but like compared to other things like QT, Quick Trip, Bucky's. If you've been to the Northeast, Wawa, yeah, honestly, I can't lie. After all those, I would say probably 7-Eleven is after all that. But all of those are, I would say, better than 7-Eleven.
As far as presenting evidence at the United Stations that Saddam possessed weapons of gas destruction and had coordinated 7-Eleven with the infamous Audi national Osama bin Laden and his terrorist organization, Al-Qaeda.
What am I watching, bro? Is it all just car and oil puns?
Claims, of course, were later used to justify America.
I actually low-key forgot that the Planes movie existed. I remember I watched it when I was like really young, but I actually is it a part of the Cars like movies? I don't know.
Cars' prolonged war on Tyre, a controversial conflict that totaled millions of cars in Middle East countries such as Iraq, Afghanistan, and even Iran and Pakistan. While some celebrated this war as being an end to the autocratic Saddam regime.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Is this the Sedan Hussein hiding spot? Is that what it is? Oh my goodness. Also, don't mind why I'm using Edge, bro. My Google Chrome has been so laggy. I don't know why. I'm probably gonna switch browsers low-key.
Others say it caused damage to the frame of America's image. Damage that not even the best of mechanics could fix. But is any of this true? Did Saddam Hussein have a stockpile of weapons of gas destruction? Is he responsible for 7-Eleven? Was the war on Tyre justified? Or are the conspiracy theorists like Trucker Carlson correct? Was 7-Eleven an inside job?
Oh my goodness, I actually just got the joke. Is it so it's the regular guy is like Saddam, I think. And it says like Sedan. Oh my gosh, bro.
While many vehicles in the world of cars believe that the United Interstates of America is a bright beaming LED headlight of democracy, the reality is it is a nation very much steered by oligarchs. Although its publicly traded stock exchange, the NMD 500, is the largest in the world, America's fuel economy is largely dominated by two massive oil and gas companies, the Twin Powers. Divided geographically into two regions, these twin powers have total monopolies over all gas stations in their respective territories.
What is Dynaco? Wait, hold up. Is that even real? Oh my, I actually thought it was, I didn't even see like the little Pixar guy at the bottom.
In the southern United Interstates, you have the South Power, Dynaco, owned by the
Oh, that's what it's from. It's from the Cars movie. I actually thought it was a real gas station for a second.
Immensely wealthy and influential Dynaco dynasty. The other major oligarch that makes up the North Power is Eve England's richest car and self-made billionaire Sir Miles Axelrod, who controls the Axelrod Industries conglomerate. Now, it's no secret that Saddam Hussein and the Twin Powers have had a series of contentious fender benders in the past. In the 80s and 90s, Saddam had dreams of combining the world-famous sodas of the Gulf Coast countries on the Caribbean Peninsula with Middle Eastern oil to form a united Muslim gas station franchise that could potentially be
Haramco. Bro, what does haram mean? I keep hearing that on like TikTok and stuff. It's like haram, haram. It is in line with Islam? Oh yeah, so just like if it's like in line with the Islamic law. Okay.
the largest in the world. However, these attempts were thwarted by the Twin Powers, who funded Sedan's arch-rival, the Ayatollah of Iran, during the Iran-Iraq War in the 80s, which severely limited the speed of Sedan's ambitions. They also lobbied the United States to form a global convoy to fight limited the speed of Sedan's ambitions. They also lobbied...
No, these are all real ones. Low key, what is the best gas station on here? I've never heard of, so Chevron, I think I've only been to it a couple times. Wawa is goated. Circle K is always where you find like the goated ghost flavors, like the legendary pulls. What is this? The Shell gas station. Quick Trip. I don't really know which one's better though. Quick Trip or QT? Like Quick Trip. But this is only Quick Trip on here, so I think I've heard of I've been to these two. 7-Eleven, obviously. That's what the video's about. I've seen this one, I've heard of this one, and then that's it.
The United States to form a global convoy to fight Sedan when he attempted to invade and take Kuwait's soda and oil reserves in the Big Gulf War. Drunk on their success of driving back Sedan's forces and their victory over the USSRV in the Cold War, the oligarchs of America became obsessed with their own horsepower. It was in this unchecked oligopoly where deadly car sins such as speed, rust, and corruption became rampant in the United Interstates. And what tends to happen sooner or later in corrupt...
What even is oil for like the cars in the Cars universe? Is it like food? Because they need it to survive. So what is oil? I think so oil would just be food and then the gas station would just be like the supermarket, no?
Oil-rich nations. That's right. Outside attempts of regime oil change. On a July 11th morning in the early 2000s, the Twin Powers were hit with a massive tire attack. Using covert tire networks in the United Interstates, Al-Qaeda launched thousands of simultaneous gas stations called 7-Eleven that completely carjacked America's fuel economy. With cheap gas and an excellent selection of beverages,
you know what's crazy? I don't think I've ever had a big gulp, and that's also because where I live, I'm not 100% sure, but there's not a 7-Eleven in like where I live, like the general area. But I'm not even sure if there's a 7-Eleven in the state either.
7-Eleven caused an immediate collapse.
I have been to 7-Eleven though, but it was aight.
Of the South Power and the North Power's stock price. It wasn't long before there was a large pile-up crash in the NND 500 due to 7-Eleven siphoning billions out of America's fuel economy.
What is he doing in this picture? Is he drinking the gas out of the car? I'm so confused. What possibly could be the context here? He's taking a squat next to a car. We don't even know if it's his car. And he has a tube. Is he actually just drinking gas?
At first, Dynaco was a 7-Eleven denier and tried to blame the crash on third-quarter drops in jet usage, but trucker Carlson was quick to point out that jet fuel futures can't cause financial meltdowns. From their experience fighting in the Gulf War and the disruption 7-Eleven had caused to the gas industry, American intelligence at the KIA believed this had to be the work of a vehicle who possessed weapons of gas destruction. Sedan Hussein. Believing that Sedan had coordinated 7-Eleven with infamous terrorist Osama bin Laden and Al-Qaeda, the KIA convinced President George W. Bush to invade Iraq and force Sedan to take an early exit from life. But the problem was, there was no real credible evidence that Sedan had anything to do with 7-Eleven, or that he even possessed weapons of gas destruction. Even when Sir Miles Axelrod was busted for the all-in-all oil plot in Cars 2, and the Miles files were released, nothing was ever found that tied Sedan to Al-Qaeda. It was revealed, however, in the Miles files that the North Power had played a
The Miles files? They're like the... Never mind.
substantial role in financing and aiding the launch of 7-Eleven. The ensuing controversial war on Tyre would wage in the Middle East for many miles, and would ultimately see the Sedan autocratic regime attempted to be replaced with Speedom and democracy. Sedan himself, although attempting to hide, would ultimately be found and totaled by America when they filled his unleaded gas tank with diesel and started his engine.
What is the difference between lead and diesel? I could actually just be dumb and it's super obvious, but I actually have no idea. Isn't like Mustangs or like muscle cars use diesel and lead is like muscle cars? Maybe.
Osama bin Laden, of course, would later be discontinued when President Obama ordered a hit and run on the terrorist and his secret garage in Pakistan, using Wheel Team 6 and Mater the Green Beretta. If there's one thing we can take away from this event in cars history, it's that regime oil change for any automobile can be quite a costly enterprise.
Oh my goodness, that was actually so peak. Holy tough. Is that what he just does on his entire channel? He just makes car jokes? Oh, I think I've actually seen this video. I might have. I think I saw it on like TikTok clips. Hold on, let me look up his most popular video. No, I saw this video. Oh, anyway, W video. Appreciate it for watching. See y'all on the next one.